Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. My homage to the Blessed One, the Worthy One, the Supremely Enlightened One. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Let's pay our respect to our teacher, Pinnath Lokaswamin Wahanse. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Okay, dear Dhamma friends, let's start today teaching with calming ourselves. So, because we are going to learn a sutta, at the end of this sutta, there are 1,000 enlightened marks. It's amazing teaching. So it's rare because there are so 18,000 suttas, maybe another one also. I can remember actually. There are less than handful suttas. It says that at the end of the sutta, there are 1,000 enlightened monks. Oh, that's amazing teaching. Now we are going to learn today. So take a moment to relax yourself. Take a couple of breath-ins and breath-outs to calm yourself. Bring your attention back to yourself. So feel free to release your anything which you want to do tomorrow and thinking or anything related to past. Just free your mind from those and bring yourself to this moment. We are going to learn a nice teaching on 6 sense faculties. In other words, we are going to learn about our life and how suffering creates and how we can end the suffering. So we all know that we have 6 sense bases or sense faculties. Those 6 internal and what it experience we call outer sense faculties. Those are the everything. Without those, we can say that we are living. Okay. Can any friend can open your mic and tell us what are the 6 sense faculties, interior and exterior?
Dante?
Yeah,
No,
Didi.
may I
Now
try?
right, yeah, sure.
Um, is it I
Yes.
inside? I'm cheating. I have to be honest.
No, it's not a cheating at all.
Uh,
That's the right way. Because
okay.
we are
Um,
new. Yeah, go ahead.
ear,
Yeah.
sound,
All right.
nose, smell,
Correct.
tongue, taste,
Correct.
body, sensation,
Correct.
mind, thoughts, mind objects.
Yes, and in here mind thoughts mean mind object, right?
Okay.
Yeah, that's why we put it like my mind objects, because when we say thoughts, we feel like it's intention. It's not. Okay, Didi, very good, right? So yes, and don't afraid of keeping notes and referring notes and saying, because we are not here to test our memory. There are competitions in the world to check memories, but this is not something like that. So now in we are AI era, what the most important thing is we should know where is it and how to find the answer. So that's enough. There are so many memory devices, SSD card to so many devices to keep memory. So we don't want to waste our time on memories. Okay. So Six sense faculties. Very good. You told the interior and exterior. So based on those interior and exterior, one thing arises. What is it?
Contact.
Yes, Jonathan, contact means all three. So because of eye and ear, something, a magician arises.
Consciousness.
Correct, consciousness. Okay, in here, feel free to make mistakes, feel free to just to talk, because don't think like I am in a group class, so there are the others who know better than me, therefore if I give an answer it will be wrong. Don't think like that. Think that Bhante is gonna teach to me, so I am here to teach myself, not to teach others. So let them learn. At the same time I should learn perfectly. That's how we should be. Okay. Based on, because of eye, because of the form of eyesight, eye consciousness arises. To that we say one name, contact of three things. What it called? I said the answer in the question.
Contact.
Correct. Contact. Right. So because of eye, because of ear, consciousness arises. These three we call contact. Based on contact, there are things arising. Three things we talked about. One is
Feeling.
feeling, very good.
Perceptions.
Perceptions, very good.
Volition.
Volition, perfect. So those are rising and falling. So, okay. If anyone feel like, hold on a second, I feel confused. So for you, there is the whiteboard. Now I'm going to share it with you. Okay. Okay, this is interior and exterior sense faculties. So this is the example from eye. Because of eye and eyesight, consciousness arises. These three we call contact. Because of contact, feeling arises, perceptions arises, volitions arises. So it's like a relative thing. So feelings and perceptions and volitions can't last long without the help of this contact. So because of contact, these things are there. So likewise, with the help of the other, these things are existing. That's what we gonna learn at the dependent origination, the Paticca Samuppada. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask. So based on this, now we are gonna learn the sutta. Now, right, who will be the luckiest meritorious devotee or Dhamma friend gonna read the sutta for us? No one?
I can read it, but I need to have the link.
Yes. Okay, I'm going to sing it. Okay. So let's think that we all with the 1,000 monks. So we are gonna learn. We are gonna hear what Buddha is teaching us?
At one time, the Buddha was staying near Gaya on Gaya head together with 1,000 mendicants.
ඒකන් සමයම් භගවා ගයායම් විහෙරති ගයා සීසේ සද්දින් බික්කු සහස්සේන තත්‍රකෝ භගවා බික්කු ආමන්තේසි. Correct, right.
There, the Buddha addressed the mendicants. Mendicants, all is burning.
Okay, sabbam bhikkhave ādittāṃ kincha okay, that's all.
And what is the all that is burning?
Kincha bhikkhave sabbam ādittāṃ.
The eye is burning, sights are burning, eye consciousness is burning, eye contact is burning. The painful, pleasant, or neutral feeling that arises conditioned by eye contact is also burning.
Cakkung bhikkhave ādittāṃ rūpā āditā cakku viññānaṃ ādittāṃ cakku sampasso āditto yampidaṃ cakku sampassa paccaya uppajjati vedayitam sukhaṃ vā dukkhaṃ vā dukkama sukhaṃ vā tampi ādittāṃ.
Burning with what?
Kena ādittāṃ.
Burning with the fires of greed, hate, and delusion. Burning with rebirth, old age, and death. With sorrow, lamentation, pain, sadness, and distress.
Kena ādittāṃ rāgaggina dosaggina mohaggina ādittāṃ jātiyā jarāmaranena sokehi paridevehi dukkehi domanassehi upāyāsehi ādittāṃpi vadāmi.
The ear, nose, tongue, body.
Okay, Prasad, can you give it a try like saying sotang, the ear is burning and go like the way you describe the eye?
Oh, I see that. Okay. The ear is burning. The
Sound is burning.
sound is burning. Ear consciousness is burning. Ear contact is burning. The painful, pleasant, and neutral feeling that arises conditioned by ear contact is also burning. The nose is burning.
No, it's not then. So it means sotang ādittāṃ saddha ātittā sota viññānaṃ ādittāṃ sota sampasso āditto yampidam sota sampassa paccaya uppajjati vedayitam sukhaṃ vā dukkama sukhaṃ vā tampi ādittāṃ. Then there may be thing called from burning from what?
Say that again. I didn't quite understand.
Yeah, there must be a phrase called burning from what? Burning from
Yes. Burning with what?
Yeah, burning with what?
Burning with what? Burning with the fires of greed, hate, and delusion. Burning with rebirth, old age, and death. With sorrow, lamentation, pain, sadness, and distress, I say.
Right. Kena ādittāṃ rāgaggina dosaggina mohaggina ādittāṃ jātiyā jarāmaranena sokehi paridevehi dukkehi domanassehi upāyāsehi ādittāṃ vadāmi. Yeah, that's good way. Prasad, shall we give someone else also to try in this way? I think the others also will get a chance to
Absolutely.
Yes, get an idea. Can anyone start from the nose?
The nose is burning.
Right,
Smells are burning.
right,
Nose consciousness is burning.
right,
Nose contact is burning.
correct.
The painful, pleasant, or neutral feeling that arises conditioned by nose contact is also burning.
Right.
Burning with what? Burning with
Right.
the fires of greed, hate, and delusion. Burning with rebirth, old age, and death. With sorrow, lamentation, pain, sadness, and distress.
Correct. And anyone can try from the tongue?
The tongue is burning. The taste is tastes are burning. Tongue consciousness is burning. The tongue contact is burning. The painful and the pleasant or neutral tastes that arises conditioned by tongue contact is also burning.
Very good. Burning from what?
Burning from what?
Yes.
Burning with fires of greed, hate, delusion, burning with rebirth, old age, and death, with sorrow, lamentation, pain, sadness, and distress.
Very good. Can anyone try the body?
The body is burning. Feelings are burning.
Not the yeah, in their feeling means yes, tangibles. Yes. Okay, correct. Go ahead.
Okay. Body consciousness is burning. Body contact is burning. The painful, pleasant, or neutral feeling that arises conditioned by body contact is also burning. Burning with what? Burning with the fires of greed, hate, and delusion. Burning with rebirth, old age, and death, with sorrow, lamentation, pain, sadness, and distress.
Very good. Thank you. And then anyone can try the mind?
The mind is burning. Ideas are burning. Mind consciousness is burning. Mind contact is burning. The painful, pleasant, or neutral feeling that arises conditioned by mind contact is also burning. Burning with what? Burning with the fires of greed, hate, and delusion. Burning with rebirth, old age, and death, with sorrow, lamentation, pain, sadness, and distress.
Okay. Very good. Very good. Okay. And so then
I have a question. When you
yes.
say like burning, is it like a true translation from Pali? Is there a better word? Like, burning means, is it like burning with kind of interest to kind of get more of that, like blazing?
The burning sounds the same, the agi. So agi means like the burning means like we will discuss and we will try to get the idea why it says burning. So these are burning compared to the nibbana, compared to the full liberation. So this creates kind of what it brings forward the danger of attaching to these sense faculties and how the suffering creates. We can learn it. And
All right,
okay.
thank you.
And so Prasad, can you read the next part?
Seeing this, a learned noble disciple grows disillusioned with the eye, sights, eye consciousness, and eye contact. And they grow disillusioned with the painful, pleasant, or neutral feeling that arises conditioned by eye contact. They grow disillusioned with the ear. Let me see. They grow disillusioned with the. Actually, it should be they grow disillusioned with the painful, pleasant, or neutral feeling that arises conditioned by ear contact, right?
Correct.
And then we again say they grow disillusioned with the painful, pleasant, or neutral feeling that arises conditioned by the nose contact.
Yeah, actually, grow dissolution with the nose, smell, consciousness, and the nose contact, and then and they grow dissolution with the painful, pleasant, or neutral feeling.
I see. The one line ahead, right?
Okay.
Okay, seeing. I see. So let me try ear again.
Yes, sure.
Okay. Seeing this, a learned noble disciple grows disillusioned with the ear, sound, ear
Correct.
consciousness, and ear contact. and they grow disillusioned with the painful, pleasant, or neutral feeling that arises conditioned by ear contact. Is that correct?
Yes.
Seeing this, a learned, noble disciple grows disillusioned with the nose, smells, nose consciousness, and nose contact, and they grow disillusioned with the painful, pleasant, or neutral feeling that arises conditioned by the nose contact.
Correct.
A learned noble disciple grows disillusioned with the tongue, taste,
Taste.
tongue consciousness, and tongue contact.
Correct.
And they grow disillusioned with the painful, pleasant, or neutral feeling that arises conditioned by the tongue contact. Now we go to body, right?
Yes.
Seeing this, a learned, noble disciple grows disillusioned with the body, feelings, is that right?
Oh,
Feelings,
body sensations. Yeah.
body sensations, body consciousness, and body contact. And they grow disillusioned with the painful, pleasant, or neutral feeling that arises conditioned by body contact.
Right.
Again, a learned noble disciple grows disillusioned with the mind. What was the
Mind
external?
objects. Mind
Mind
objects.
objects, mind consciousness, and mind contact. And they grow, mind objects, right?
Yeah.
And they grow disillusioned with the painful, pleasant, or neutral feeling that arises conditioned by mind contact. Is that correct?
Right. No. Yeah. This one.
Being
What happened being disillusioned? Yes.
being disillusioned, desire fades away. When desire fades away, they are freed. When they are freed, they know they are freed.
Okay.
They understand rebirth is ended, the spiritual journey has been completed, what had to be done has been done, there is nothing further for this place. That is what the Buddha said. Satisfied, the mendicants approved what the Buddha said, and while this discourse was being spoken, the minds of 1,000 mendicants were freed from defilement by not grasping.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. You done it great. Okay. So now let me go to the whiteboard one for one moment. So in here you may have seen that. So we discussed about the feelings. Let me. Okay. We discussed feelings, perceptions, and volitions, which arises due to the contact, but this sutta only says about the feelings. Yes, most of the suttas only comes with talks about the feelings. So but we need to learn these things because we are going to learn 5 aggregates and dependent origination. So in here says 3 feelings basically. What are those 3 feelings?
Pleasant, unpleasant,
Pleasant, unpleasant, and
neutral.
neutral. Good. Okay. So there is a reason to only to talk about feelings. So if someone understands feelings well, that means he eventually understands the other things and the ego will fade away. So we can learn how it happens in the later. Okay. Now you all have a very good I mean, you know what? This is a very hard teaching but now I feel like you all have kind of a common sense on six sense faculties. Now what we have to do is we have to see it within ourselves. Remember, Buddha's teaching is open or inverse teaching. It doesn't matter the rest of the world understand this. No use until we understand it with ourselves. When we understand this within ourselves, the Pachattam Veditabbo Vinyohi, we will come to like realizations up to our wisdom level. So this is a great teaching. So we learn something that we can see within ourselves. We can learn about the what we call about the atoms or nucleic things. We can see it within ourselves, but we can see through concepts or research or things, doing research in the outer world. But this is something we can do the research within ourselves. So it's now time to try to get understanding of this within ourselves. Okay, so why Buddha saying this is burning? So it's not it's saying eye burning, which we feel only, which it is not the only thing which we feel at the summertime that when we want to wear that what we call the sunglasses. This is the actual thing which happening in the eye. So now we are learning something without putting framing me in there. We are just seeing the nature of it. So if I arises, you know that I can be just existing. If I arises, which mean the eyesight also there. Until then, we don't say it's eye, because dead body also has eye, but we don't talk about any contact or any feelings also. When eye is there, when it sees something because of the attention and the consciousness or the magician arises, because of the magician, those three create feelings, pleasant or unpleasant or neutral. So let's get an example. Okay. Okay. We think that Jonathan has a very good friend, and Ted is not like that friend at all. I don't know that friend. So, I mean, to Jonathan, he's a good friend. To Ted, he's not a friend. To me, I don't know him. So now he's just log into the meeting. And he open his camera. And we see eyesight. From the eyesight, we see some. So, to me, neutral feeling. Jonathan, wow, after a long time, he also coming to the program. Pleasant feeling. To Ted, oh, this fellow can't meditate. I know who is this. The fellow. I know about him. So likewise, kind of unpleasant character. Ted, are you okay with this? This is just to understand, right? Okay. So then three different feelings arises. So that means we know that when magician change, the magic also change. So the magician does not have that superpower. Magician also rising based on the eye and eyesight, and it's also the magician also developing, like upgrading to a next level, keep on upgrading. It's not like an eternal thing. It's like a developing thing. The consciousness, it's not so exactly the same thing. That's why sometimes people like to a person, and after some time they start to dislike. So like guys, it's based on data, getting changing. So why this is a burning? Yes, of course, Ted can understand. In this case, eye is burning. How can we say that to Jonathan, eye is burning because he feels happiness in the pleasant. So how can Bhante can say its eye is burning? This is why. When I burning from what? One called the birth. So when I occurs, which mean we birth. That's where the birth is. And if birth is there, decaying is there. We can't avoid that. And the dying, jati, jara, marana. And what are the other which is? Let me go with one. Uh, it's first saying the ragagina, dosagina, mohagina. So it means so pleasant feeling means again it contains the raga, the attachment. So when attachment arises at that moment, we may don't feel like, oh, it's a suffering. But you know what? All the missing feelings you have in your life, one day was a very peaceful experience when you seen them. Now feeling that missing in your heart, maybe your grandparents also. So that's how it is. So it's a burning. It doesn't matter that the spark is small, but it's still burning. The dosagina, anger. As in this case, in this example, what Ted experienced. Mohagina. In this case, as I said, the Bhante, just unpleasant feeling, neutral feeling. But if I fail to see it's just a rising and falling, if I see it like a permanent thing, that means I is framing there unintentionally, just because of the delusion. So pleasant or unpleasant, it doesn't matter. At that time, the burning should have that herald tone. It's burning, and the eye is burning, eyesight is burning, and the consciousness is burning. Contact is burning. Pleasant or unpleasant or neutral feeling is burning from birth. Sorry, the pleasant, the what we call the raga, and burning from the greed, hate, delusion, burning from. So in here it says rebirth, but the real translation should be jatiya, means burning from birth. When we say rebirth, it's like we just forgetting what we're experiencing here, but in here suffering ends. So that's why we should, when we learn in the teachings, it's better to go with the Pali. So burning from jara, the old age or the decaying. Burning from maranena, death. Burning from sokehi. Sokehi means sorrow. It's like what we feel in our heart. Lamentation. The paridevihi means because of the sorrow, people feel so much of pain in their chest, and they sometimes doing like this and crying. Like it's like crying and so much of pain likewise. And then dukkhehi means physical pain. In Satchavibhanga Sutta, these word by word described in nice way. And domanasehi mean mind sadness, or that pain comes from mental discomfort. So dukkhehi means physical discomfort, domanasehi means mental discomfort. And upayasehi means the distress, means it's like when we feel so much of pain, sometimes unintentionally we do like this. Shrugs. That's what it called. So from this, our eye is burning. So there is no escape in the eye. That's why there is no liberation Buddha teach in the eye. So that's why one who understands these teachings does not find freedom. It's like think that someone is having hard time in the Maryland, so he thinks like, okay, I'll be happy if I go to California. Bante, no one goes to California being in Maryland, it's still another state, right? Okay, come on, think the state you would like. And that state does not give you full freedom. It has in its own suffering there. So that's why the meditator, one who knows these teachings, never ever want to find freedom finding a different place. You know what? One time, so when Buddha gets so much of compliments and praise, Buddha is not the only religious teacher or the spiritual teacher or philosopher at that time. So there were other groups. There were well popular generations. The religious groups were there. They are practicing that religion for generations. They feel like offended. So then they made a plan. The plan was they asked one lady to go often to the monastery, and she's pretending like going to the monastery every day, like showing like I am one of the best devotee here. So but she didn't knew what's going on. Then that group, because the group killed that lady and hide her body backs of the monastery, and made rumors that these Buddhist monks killed her and hid in the monastery. So then the police came and checked and found that dead body. Then before the investigations finished, all the people start to criticize Buddha. You know that Buddha and monks do not earn money by doing a job. They have very simple life, taking that alms bowl and going alms round. Now no one is offering alms. Why? They are killing living beings. They are rude. Only the people who understood the teachings gave the food. So Ananda, Bhikkhu Ananda, who's the monk who took care of the Buddha's things, like always associating with the Buddha, worried. He attained only to the first stage, so that means still sufferings are there, not fully enlightened monk. He came to see the Buddha and saying, Buddha, shall we leave this place and go to another town? Then Buddha asked, Anand, what if the people who in that place also do this? Okay, Buddha, we will go to another place. Buddha asking the same question. So what if the same thing happens there also? So the Bhante is saying, let's keep on moving. Then finally he understood that it's not working. Then Buddha said, when someone criticizing that, reply them with the verse. Let me try to bring into my memory the Pali word. Can anyone remember in here? It's called, if you, the meaning is, if someone did something wrong and telling he has not done, and the others who are criticizing to one who has not done that will both reborn in hell and come to the same. So when someone criticizes, without being afraid, say that. If someone said that, if done that, and saying that they have not done that, and if someone, there is another one, I can exact remember that, but anyway, if it comes to my mind, the Pali term, I will say that they will be reborn in hell and come to the same. So likewise, the monks saying the same, even though they don't receive anything, they had hard time for some time. After the investigations end, they found that who has done that. So likewise, there is no escape from suffering in the eye or ear, nose or tongue or body or mind. That's the reality. So there is no escape, like there is no free place. There is no actual eternal, like everlasting heaven if these sense faculties are there. In these teachings, you can find talking about heavenly world. Brahms, they have like lifespan like eons, so happy in their lives, but those are also they're impermanent. They are also burning. Maybe spark is so small, thin, and you may feel, wow, this is very good for the cozy environment, but still burning. It takes time. So that's the truth. That's what we have to understand. There is no escape. So there is a nice verse in Sanyutta Canon, first one, that there was a deva, that male deity, who had 500 deities to like wives, and they are having fun in a garden. So he had a nap under a beautiful flower tree, and all the other wives are playing and being so happy in their surrounding. I don't know how he had fun with 500 wives, because when they start to talk, it's hard, but somehow he felt happy about that. So after he had a nap and he wake up, all the 500 has gone somewhere. So he had the eyes to see. So he looked all around that they were their lives called Tavatins. Looked all around, 500 absent. He does not have ability to see higher deity worlds. Then he looked down of a deity or world called the Chatu Maharaj. They are not there also. Then he just looked human beings. Now, then just keep on checking, like in the ghostly world, and there is an powerful but not deities, like deities, a group called Asura there. No, not even animal world. All 500 are missing suddenly. Then he just checked the hell. All the 500 burning in the hell at that moment. A moment ago, they were deities. He was so afraid. Now I need Harald voice again. He was very afraid, like because think that someone very dear, all 500 burning in the hell. So he suddenly checked how long I can live. Just found that only 7 days. Where will he reborn? In the hell. That means he may not have done good things in his life. He was so upset. And then he came to see the Buddha at that very moment and said a verse saying, I'm burning because of the sufferings which already has happened. I'm burning because of the suffering which is going to be happen in the future. That means he also going to die. Please give me a solution. Buddha saying, Nanyatra Bojjanga, Tapasa, Indriya Samvara, Sotting Passami Panina. I don't say or I don't find any escape if anyone do not practice 7 factors of the enlightenment. That means another way of practicing the Noble Eightfold Path. Tapasa, that means controlling sense faculties. Indriya Samvara, that means control. That means tapasa means it's like hardly practicing. Indriya Samvara means not letting greediness or anger or delusions arise in these 6 sense faculties. Sabba Nisagga, and Sabba Nisagga means completely overcoming from suffering. That means attaining to the enlightenment. I don't see any place anywhere you can be happy. That's the danger of these 6 sense faculties. We can, yes, of course, we can't see the deities, or we can see, at least we can see animals, but whoever has these 6 sense faculties, it's impermanent and based on contact, pleasant or unpleasant or neutral feelings arises and falling. The problem is when we attach to it, sufferings arises. It's burning. So this is a meditation actually. The thinking that way. That's why I asked you to not just reading only I and just jump into the end without doing that. Read this. This is a meditation. When you get a chance, you may do this impermanence meditation. Prasad will share you a document. He prepared one. And in the same time, this also meditation. When you get a chance, with this knowledge, reflect. Eye is burning, eyesight is burning, eye consciousness is burning, contact is burning. Pleasant or unpleasant or neutral feelings are burning. So likewise, burning from what? The greediness, anger, delusion, birth, decay, dying, and the physical and mental pains, and the that means that the sorrow and the heart pain due to that lamentation, and mental and physical discomforts and the shrugs. They are burning from this. See the reality. Then what will happen? So in the sutta it says when we do that, what will happen? So what happens is, evam passam bhikkhave, seeing this, a learned normal disciples grows dissolution with the eye. So he says he does not have, he find that there is no option or happiness. The way to be happy from the eyesight, ear, consciousness, basically from all sense faculties. Then what happened? When they see that they see that being dissolution, desire fade away. Desire for what? To birth, or to have, basically to these 6 sense faculties. Then what happened? When desire fade away, viraga vimuchyati. They are freed. In hereafter, that frame of I won't create, because where that I created in all these sense faculties, so no longer which will create, because he has understood the danger. Like now you can bring that the example, that cake example, which I'm saying, like until we see the danger of that cake, piece of cake, it was the delicious cake we would like to have, and we will fight to not to give our portion and have our portion. But once we figure out this is poisonous and you will die at that very moment or not, you don't bargain for your cake. And you have great compassion even who has great craving to that cakes. Oh, and that compassion is with the understanding. They know that what we have to do is we have to give them the education. Without giving that education, if we try to take off a piece of cake, then we will be rewarded with a slap. So therefore, we have to be mindful when saying something. And so then, viraga vimuchyati, the mind will be freed. Free vimuttasmin vimuttamiti jnanam hoti. That means when they are freed, they know they are freed. So that means arahants does not have any question whether I am free or not. That question is no longer there, because that I is the question, one who create questions. When that I is no longer there, that questions also no longer there. They experience freedom, and there is no attachment to the freedom. There is a nice thing Buddha saying about arahants. Nacha rajyati no virajyati. They don't feel the desire. In the same time, uh, uh, they don't have that the virajyati, or the that desire fade away. They don't have desire, or desire fade away. Why? We can talk about the fading away the desire when desire is there. When it is no longer there, to talk about what? So like guys, nacha rajyati no virajyati. And so they will free, and they will know that they are free. Then they have a knowledge. What is that knowledge? They understand. Kina jati, birth is over. In here it translates rebirth is ended, but it should be the real translation of, is the birth is over. Vusitam Brahmacharya, that spiritual journey has been completed. The Katang Karaniya, what had to be done has been done. And Naparang Ittatayati Pajanati, there is nothing further for this place, like there is nothing to do further. Buddha said this, and the monks learned and appreciate the teaching. And the imasminchapana veyyakarnasmin. Veyyakarnasmin means any discourses without any verses. That's what called the veyyakarnasmin. And while this discourse was being spoken, the minds of 1,000 monks were freed from defilements by not grasping. See how nice, amazing teaching is this. Okay, let's say sadhu 3 times to this nice teaching, and to the Buddha, and to those great monks who enlightened by listening to this sutta. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Okay, we learned amazing sutta. Any comments or questions?
I do.
Yes, okay.
I know you, the last couple of classes, you had mentioned about the need for understanding the Pali words, and I'm still trying to understand why do we. I'm just speaking just for me. I find it a lot easier to understand when I'm just reading the English part. What more do we get out of the Pali? And I'm trying to
Yeah.
What's the purpose? Just curious.
Yeah, so in here you may find like, that because no translators has done an amazing job, and we should say sadhu because they did it voluntarily, this amazing teaching. But no translation is perfect. So all the translations contains the point of view, because this is translating not just language to another language, culture to another culture, time to past to future. So it's like, that nowadays when we talking about the brain, we feel something that's where the computer or the processor of the body. But think before 1800, were there any existing text were talked about brain about that much? No. So it's when we talk about mind, it talks about the heart and mind. So likewise, if we stick to the translations, we will lose some of the ideas which Buddha brought to from his own understanding. So as an example, when we go here, I just saw a couple of things like the Pali jati means birth, but it says rebirth. So likewise, so there are there are slight changes, but when it comes to the meaning, it can be like dramatically so different. So that's why it's of course start from English, and then when you are going through learning, try to learn the basic Pali terms.
I can make one comment.
Yes,
I think like Pali is one of the dialect for Sanskrit. So I think as Bante was saying, there's so many things that are not completely translated. Even the suffering, that actual Pali
yes,
word is not like suffering.
yes, that's true.
So I think like, if you have any little bit of understanding of any Indian languages which had derived from Sanskrit, it becomes easy. It's not completely understand, but it becomes easy to follow Pali.
Yes. Okay. Yes, Chani. Thank you.
Yeah. So, I mean, the eye and the sights, nose and smells, those are easy to understand. When we say the mind and
Yes.
mind objects,
Right.
what exactly do we mean by mind objects? Because actually, maybe volitions and perceptions are also mind objects, but we can't confuse that maybe with the mind and mind objects in the six senses.
Yeah.
So there's some confusion there.
Yeah, so actually the perceptions and the feelings. So when we say the past, which mean we bring those perceptions, so the mind object is those things actually. So we feel like we can easily understand eyesight, not because we seeing the exact eye that eyes we are talking not about the eyesight, actually we are still talking about the perceptions. So understood? So because based on the contact we understand things. So this is a kind of a basic knowledge how to understand how it arising and how it falls, seeing to see its impermanent and the uncertainty of the suffering, and this understand to the selflessness. So usually the like try to see the suffering where you now feel. As an example, so when you learn a teaching, so what I have done, like when I learn teaching, sometimes I can remember that I had a very like my rational thinking pattern is like very high. So when I learn something, how it happens, so then how it be, how it be, like I so many questions in my mind. Then I found the easiest way to understand this. These are thoughts rising because of contact, and when contacts fall down, these are no longer there. So these are not me or mine or myself. When I break it like that, when we do the six sense faculties or impermanence meditation, all the questions which I represent as me suddenly falling apart. Then I was like finding a solution for nothing, seeing the rising and falling. So then the freedom, when we do that, when we feel the freedom, like, wow, amazing freedom building within us, because we find a real solution, what we really have. We create problems and we try to answer. Because in reality, we can't end by answering questions, but we can understand one thing. Seeing the rising and falling the question, when you're going to answer, the real question is no longer existing. It's also rising and falling.
Okay.
Right. Any other questions? No, right? Didi, you have?
No questions. I just have a comment. I really enjoyed how you had the friends read the sutta tonight, like in sections, like with the ear and the nose. That was great. It like helped me to understand a little bit more.
Right.
That I
Yes.
love how the reading. So thank you, Dharma friends, for reading.
Yes.
It was nice.
First, I just wanted to say similarly, thank you so much for the session. And it's my first time joining, so I was just kind of soaking it in. And I guess my question for you is, from this discussion today, and is there like a major takeaway that you'd like us to, bring with us? I mean, there are many, many takeaways, but if there's one that you feel we should even internalize and even to like before we sleep, think about it, or before, keep it in our mind, I'd really be grateful to hear from you.
Yes. And be happy for no reason.
I like that. Wow, I love that.
Yes. Okay. Okay, say sadhu 3 times. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Okay, let's share the merits. Blessings with everyone. Today we learned a beautiful sutta, and it's amazing. And I also feel happy by going through the sutta, and I feel like smiling within myself. And so we all accumulated many merits today. So let's share all these merits with the divinely powers. May they be well, may they be happy, may they receive all the expectations in their lives, and may they able to understand the Four Noble Truths in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Let's share all these good karma with our past relatives or friends. May they be well, may they be happy, may they able to understand the Four Noble Truths in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Let's share all these from a good karma with our teacher, Pinat Loku Swamin Whanse, and all the monks. May monks be well, be happy. May monks able to understand the Four Noble Truths in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Let's share all these merits with each and every one of you. May you all be well, be happy. May you all able to overcome from even a slightly bit of mental or physical discomforts in your life. And may you all able to understand the Four Noble Truths and escape from the sufferings in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Nama Budaya Wasarai Pitmat Bante Kema. Can we all please share merit with Bante and ask for forgiveness? Dhamma friends, you can join with me. Okasa Wandami Bante. Maya Katang Punyang Samina anumodi tabang.
Natasadhanamodami.
Samina katang punyang maihang databang.
Sadhanamodami.
Sadu sadu anumodami. Okasa dwaratena katang sabang at jayang kamatami bante.
Kamami kamatapa.
Okasa kamami bante. Dutiyampi okasa kamami bante. Tatiyampi okasa kamami bante. Sadu, sadu, sadu.
Namo
Om.
Buddhaya.